let's move on to the fourth main topic today, sticking on the theory or the topic of Oscars. Chris, what is our fourth main topic today?
It's from Greg Forbes. Being in September, we're sort of in the beginning stages of Oscar season, and I'm seeing the discussion come up again around the web about Robert Downey Jr.'s performance in Endgame, and if he should get nominated for it. Was his performance good enough for a nomination? What do you guys think? Do you think he should get nominated?
In a word, no.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Look, whenever people forget scale and they forget context, and whenever you say, I don't think so-and-so should be nominated for Best Picture, why did you hate it? No. I think Robert Downey Jr. was great. I think he was great in Endgame. But no more and no less than I think he's been great in all the MCU. He is and has portrayed Tony Stark as an evolving character throughout the films. Now, what's coming up a lot now, where there's some key articles going around right now. We just saw the Russo brothers who put out comments really stumping, trying to get Robert Downey Jr. a Best Actor nomination for a picture that they directed, of course, and all that kind of stuff. But hearing their words and seeing some other articles that have come up about it now, and this is probably going to become a hotly discussed topic as we go into the Oscar season, is at the basis of all the arguments I have read for why people think Robert Downey Jr. should be nominated for Best Picture, it usually, now this is just what I'm reading. This is what I'm reading in the comments and in the articles and in the statements being made in support of Robert Downey Jr. getting a Best Actor nomination. It usually comes down to a couple of things. One, Endgame is the most successful box office film of all time. That is usually at the heart of every one of the arguments, which of course has nothing to do with Robert Downey Jr.'s performance. They're two separate things. Secondly, the MCU is super popular. Again, that's not me saying that. This is kind of what I'm finding at the heart of it. And third, saying Robert Downey Jr. is great in this movie. To which I agree. Robert Downey Jr. is great in Endgame. But when I look at his performance in this, and I enjoy great, I thought Chris Evans was great in this. Mm-hmm. I thought Chris Hemsworth was great in this. I thought, Jungle Book, not Jungle Book, Jumanji, girl from Jumanji who plays...
Karen Gillan.
Yeah,
Karen, thank you. I thought she was particularly fantastic in this, actually.
She's
I thought
always fantastic.
She really is. But I thought she was really one of the big standout performances as well. Mm-hmm. But so I absolutely thought Robert was great. I thought Robert Downey Jr. was fantastic in this. I have nothing but good things to say about Robert Downey Jr.'s performance. But do I think it was a top 5 best performance of the year? And even though we've got a lot of the Oscar buzz movies still to come, I don't think even out of all the movies that come out today that is a top 5. I mean, it's great, but again, he's just playing Tony Stark again with one kind of outburst scene against Cap near the beginning, and I am Iron Man. And those are great scenes. I don't want to sound like I'm belittling the performance. I'm not. I think it's great. But is it Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Great? No. It's not. It's not on the same level as that. And that's obviously all subjective, and it's up to everybody's individual interpretation. I can only speak for myself. Is it stick with the same movie? Is it Brad Pitt level good as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? No, I don't think it was. So I think Robert Downey Jr. was great in this movie. I see Endgame getting a couple of nominations, mostly for the technical stuff, but still an Oscar's an Oscar. I just don't think that because Endgame got all the money at the box office and that now Robert Downey Jr. is gone, I think a lot of people are looking at it as almost like he's owed it for a Lifetime Achievement Award or something for the way, and I just don't think that's the way that Oscar should play. I love Endgame. I love the MCU. I think Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is one of the cornerstones of the entire genre. But that doesn't mean I think he should be nominated for Best Actor at the Academy Award. Maybe if they treated the category, Rob, like they do Best Picture where it's up to 10 nominees, maybe then. But 5, I personally don't see it. I know everybody's going to get mad at me for saying that, but whatever. Anyway, Rob, what do you think about this? A lot of people now starting to talk, and I'm sure this is going to be a conversation going on for a while. Do you think Robert Downey Jr., number one, should get an Academy Award nomination, and do you think he will?
Well, no, I don't think he should, and no, I don't think he will. And it's no slight for all the reasons that you said, it's no slight against the work he did. He did great work. But I really believe that what is a best actor performance or a best actress performance? What is that supposed to do for you as a viewer? I think it's a journey. An actor in a performance like that takes you on a journey that shows you a multi-nuanced character going through an experience and conveys some pretty heavy human truths through that experience. And it's a performance where they're pretty much on screen most of the time, and they really make you feel. Now, we're already feeling things because of the MCU, and we love all these comic book characters, and this is not, there's been amazing, the MCU, these 23 movies, the whole Infinity Saga has been an astonishing achievement in cinema, no doubt. And all of the actors that they've picked to play these roles have done tremendous work. I mean, probably a lot better work than we all deserve. They really took it seriously. The directors, everybody that made these movies great, gave 100%, 110%. But that said, I don't think, like, one of my favorite movies of all time is All That Jazz. Roy Scheider basically plays a thinly veiled version of director Bob Fosse in the character of Joe Gideon. One of my favorite performances of all time. He's on screen the entire movie pretty much, and he's really taking us somewhere. And he's going through all kinds of emotions. He's facing down his own death, and it is a tour de force performance from an actor. I don't think that we got that from Tony Stark. I don't think the story was about Tony Stark. Certainly it was the end of a journey he's been on since the first MCU film. But is it a worthy performance that's going to get him a Best Actor award? Well, probably not. I don't think he does enough work in the film. The work he did was great, but is there, if anything, maybe a supporting actor nod? But he wasn't the star of the movie.
You raise a great point, because it is such a huge ensemble movie that brings up, like, maybe does the conversation change if we're talking Best Supporting Actor? Like, does the conversation change to that point? And you know what? Here's the thing to me, Rob. I do not think Robert Downey Jr. should be nominated for an actor. But I'll tell you what, I think there's a chance he does get nominated. And here's why. And it's unfortunate, but I believe there has been in the last couple of years growing pressure on the Academy Awards not to nominate what is best, but to nominate what is popular. And we see that played out because they even thought, well, we better create this bullshit category called Best Popular Film, right? And we've seen that. And I believe that's how Black Panther, which I think was the third best comic book movie of the year, got nominated for Best Picture last year. I think we are seeing a growing pressure on the Academy Award to not nominate what's best, but rather nominate what is popular. And there is no doubt of Robert Downey Jr.'s popularity as Tony Stark. I mean, that's obvious, right? So while I don't think he should, I actually think there is a chance they do it. I think there's a chance they might do it on that level, but I won't be happy about it, but whatever, it is what it is. Question is, guys, what do you think about this? The growing conversation, I'm sure it's going to be around until we get to the Oscar nominees being announced. What do you think? Do you think Robert Downey Jr. should be nominated for the Academy Award? And do you think he will? I want to know what you guys think. Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.